What's going on, all you Monsterverse enthusiasts out there? Your two favorite kaiju enthusiasts are back tonight, and we've just watched the huge new addition to the Monsterverse, bringing the two Titans together, seemingly having them team up in this film, and it's going crazy, making all the money at the box office. It's been number one for several weeks. They're going to make more of these, and this movie was a movie to watch on the big screen. It's Titans duking it out and battling. Great for kids, we'll say that. We're talking about Adam Wingard's Godzilla X Kong.
Some minor augmentations. Oh.
That's right. We got Adam Wingard directing this film, directed the last film. Huge fan of his. Comes from horror, but making his way over to the Monsterverse here. And the two, of course, famous Titans here, Godzilla and Kong, that are frenemies, known to duke it out and also get along when they stay in their own lane. And in this movie, this is more focused on Kong. Kong's getting a lot older now. He's over like 150 years old. I don't know how old he is. He's old, getting gray hairs. He's more vulnerable, more weak, I would say, in this film, but it's really focused on him. Early on in the film, he has a cavity, a bad tooth, and they have to go in and replace the tooth. So he's like a big baby. Really focal point on this compared to Godzilla.
Well, the last film that we saw in the Monsterverse, well, basically it's not involved in the current Monsterverse, but it's Godzilla movie -1. Gave you some more practical effect driven and a great story behind it, focusing on the characters and the aftermath of the atomic bomb and the creation of Godzilla, phenomenal. Whereas this one's just, it's all and out fun. It's not going for seriousness. You don't really care for the human characters too much. You just want to watch the kaiju's battle. But the one human that I did really enjoy, that really is the MVP as far as the humans go in this film, Dan Stevens, Trapper, with this Hawaiian shirt. And, he's having a lot of fun. And like we had talked about, I wish there was more of his character here. Maybe have him in the next one as the main focus and flesh out his character. I'd love to see that because he's just having a blast in this. He reminded me of much like, the heroes like Han Solo, Indiana Jones. He's like adventurous and has that, excitable personality. And I wanted to see more from him. Whereas, we have Eileen Andrews, Rebecca Hall, you have Brian Tyree Henry playing like the comic, basically the comedy, playing off each other with Trapper and Dan Stevens. And then Rebecca's Eileen Andrews forming this relationship with this girl, Jaya. And by the end of the film, none of it really matters. You don't really care about the humans, and neither do those Titans, do they? They're destroying cities and, destroying ancient landmarks. You have Godzilla sleeping in the Colosseum, Brazil being destroyed, and, seemingly no stakes at all. It's so funny.
You get the pyramids that get destroyed, everything, these, landmarks throughout the globe, they're just fucking destroyed. Like, no big thing. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, innocent people dead. Nobody's talking about that. But it's just these huge monsters going at it. Of course, introducing a bunch of other monsters throughout the globe and going toe to toe with these guys behind me, and them having to come together, put their differences aside and fight together and take out these monsters before they destroy the entire world. So that's basically what you're going to get with a monster movie like this. Like you said, you don't really care about the humans. I'm not here for the humans, the type of movie. I'm here to see monsters fighting. But Dan Stevens, of course, the world would be a better place if we had more Dan Stevens. I love this actor, but loved him ever since Downton Abbey. Been watching his career for a long time, get better and better, but he was chewing up scenery in this, had that energy about him, such a likable doctor. He goes in and replaces, Kong's tooth and all that, knows so much about the animals, and he's more, I guess, the way I look at it, more of a leader than Rebecca Hall's character, and he's just awesome to watch on screen. He had a fun time in this movie.
Yeah, he's having a blast. One thing right off the bat that you'll notice in this movie, especially coming off if you just watched Godzilla -1, it's all CGI. That's what I noticed right away. There's little to no practical effects, which, is a downgrade in my opinion. But if you're a kid and you just want to watch these big titans fight, it's got everything you want. You're not going to complain. You're not going to pick on that like we're going to pick on it. But for me, the practical effects are the way to go. This movie's so expensive, though. They must have spent so much money with the CGI because it's all it is. It's monsters battling, it's cities getting destroyed. It's everything you want to see. And, it's dealing with the Hollow Earth, basically, and it deals with this other villain, basically this other kind of Kong character, who's trying to get control. He's obviously evil, and it leads to some cool action scenes with him and Kong duking it out. And basically, Godzilla and Kong are going to have to work together by the end in order to take him down. And we also have another classic monster show themselves in this film, which I was pretty surprised about. I didn't know that they were going to make an appearance, but it was pretty cool. It's one of the other classic Godzilla monsters. Not going to spoil anything here for you. There's not much to spoil. You can kind of figure out what's going to happen by the end. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's having fun. Dan Stevens is great. It's definitely a movie that you go to the theater for and get your popcorn and don't expect much story wise. Just enjoy the battles and the fun, and enjoy Kong there getting the Infinity Gauntlet.
I was about to bring that up, and the Infinity Gauntlet behind me having to do with the Scar King and his pet, I guess you can say. But Scar King, he has this long like whip, and of course he's like every bad guy, and didn't really care for the CGI in that character all that much. He was like kind of like super tall and skinny, and his arms are weird.
Yeah,
but
didn't
yeah,
look
like
threatening.
the apes, Kong is supposed to be the last of his species, and he comes across all these other apes, and the CGI on them just does not look good. It's not in the same caliber as like Planet of the Apes movies like those. It just the CGI did not look good on those, and it didn't really line up. I noticed in scenes too. So some effects was hit or miss, and this is just basically a big CGI fest.
Like we mentioned, yep, you're getting what's advertised from all the trailers. This is the movie exactly that I was expecting. No more, no less. Had some fun moments. It's a movie that I'm not gonna rush out to go see again, but it's fun. Take your kids. They'll love this. It's everything that they're looking for. Just titans battling. They're not going to nitpick it like we are. But that being said, I am going to give Godzilla X Kong: A New Empire. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 Adam Wingard hair pieces.
Yeah, I had a good time with this movie. I took my son to see this. He's a huge Godzilla fan. He was super excited about this for the past year. So, of course, I had to take him to the local AMC cinema. We had a good time. I had some popcorn, sit back, relax, laughed a lot, had a good time with the music. There's a lot of good, music in this movie, synthwave, a lot of 80s style music that really sets a cool atmosphere. Other characters are fun, but you're really going to see this movie for the monsters. And that's essentially what this is. Had a fun time seeing these monsters duke it out. So that being said, I'm going to give Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, now playing in cinemas across the globe. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 Dan Stevens hair pieces.
So we want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of Godzilla X Kong: A New Empire? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Also follow along with us on all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and X, for all the latest and greatest in TV movie news and reviews. And don't forget to check out our website, Cinephellas.com.
That's right, mate. Also, check out our YouTube channel right here. Me and this guy are going to be yapping about movies and TV shows basically for the rest of the year, and we're having a great time. And we're in April right now. A lot of stuff's coming out in the cinemas, and of course, TV shows. We just reviewed Fallout. We got the First Omen review coming out very soon. A bunch of movies coming out and TV shows. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel right here.
So until the next Cinephellas review, I'm Uncle Brian Henry Tyree.
And I'm Logan Stevens signing out until the next movie review.
Cheers.